Yes, it was the night of Halloween in the year of our Lord 2023. And the Rival Sons played a concert in my city. Now, Halloween is not really a traditional thing in Austria, obviously. It's something that is regarded as a sort of occasion for kids or student parties, and that was imported from the UK and the USA. But it's not really an event in Austria. It slowly catches on, but serious grown-ups like me don't really seriously celebrate Halloween. So people weren't dressed up for this gig. I saw one spooky monk in the audience, but maybe he was simply a monk who just felt like rocking out. But the band certainly was dressed for the occasion. Before all of this Halloween mayhem, we got L.A. Edwards as the support act. I think also from California, I'm not sure, but definitely the band took their own support act with them. I have never heard of this guy or this band before, and I would describe this as a sort of laid-back Americana singer-songwriter rock, bit of a country influence as well. Yeah, very, very nice, laid back, and more relaxed music. To be honest, nothing that I would rush out to buy and listen to at home. But this was a nice and smooth introduction before we got to the Rival Sons' big rock show. And they opened their concert with Mirrors, which I think is from the Dark Fighter album, their latest album, or actually the first part of their latest album. They have just released the very new album, Lightbringer, and these two albums, Dark Fighter and Lightbringer, are sort of two parts or two connected albums, not really a double album, but a sort of two-part double release. Yeah, with a band clearly influenced and inspired by classic rock and hard rock from the late 60s and the 1970s, it's not surprising that we got a powerful performance from the very start. The Rival Sons are one of those bands that classic rock fans usually say do no longer exist, and then they start whining about guitar music dying and that rock is dead. It was very much alive that evening. If you go to a Rival Sons concert, you get a show where people get in awe over a minute-long guitar solo. And you get what at other concerts people usually dread the most, a drum solo, and it kicks ass. And what is more, you get Jay Buchanan as a frontman. Incredible vocal performances every time I hear this band on record or live. I've seen them live twice now. For the first time several years ago when they did the Great Western Valkyrie tour in Europe, and now in 2023. And this guy, I'm always wondering how he manages not to ruin his vocal cords. It's such a powerful classic rock performance, but he can also do a very bluesy style and a more subtle, more introspective vocal style. This guy is some of the classic rock gods rolled into one person. You get a bit of Robert Plant, a little bit of Jim Morrison sometimes, and also Paul Rodgers from Free or Bad Company. But that is not to say that Buchanan simply channels his idols and tries to copy them. He is a singer in his very own right, definitely. And I think this is also valid in general for the music of the Rival Sons. Of course, they are harking back to the classic rock of the early 70s, most notably Led Zeppelin, but also, as mentioned, Free and Bad Company, and sometimes also a bit more psychedelic sounds. But I think they very well managed to sort of update this. It's not simply a retro show, and that shows that this kind of very down to earth rock music can still be not only fun but quite relevant today. Of course, we got some of the band's massive rockers. Electric Man, it's a dumb song actually, lyric wise, and the band also admits this. It's just a fun rock and roll song. They played quite a lot of material from the Dark Fighter album, but also older classics such as Feral Roots, Pressure and Time, and a stunning version of Open My Eyes from the Great Western Valkyrie album. Guitar Hero Scott Holiday uses the tour, I think, to simply promenade probably not even a quarter of his guitar collection, but he honestly changed guitars for each song in the setlist, and sometimes he changed guitars within a song. I went with a friend of mine who also plays guitar, and I think he still suffers from a bit of depression after seeing this. But yes, all these rockstar attitudes aside, I think the Rival Sons never absolutely overdo it. You get the drum solo, you get the guitar solos in almost every song, but it's always done in a way that it's still enjoyable and doesn't become tiresome or just too theatrical. Of course, Nobody Wants to Die, the stomping rocker from the Dark Fighter album, was also part of the set list. But there was also some space for the more subtle or the quieter moments in the discography of the Rival Sons. For instance, they played Shooting Stars, which was actually just Jay Buchanan playing solo on an acoustic guitar. The studio version of the song is very much a gospel ballad, but here live in concert it became this very intimate acoustic moment. Also, Phase of Light was a very beautiful moment. Personally, I wished they would have done a little bit more from the Hollow Bones album, which I think is maybe slightly underrated even by the band themselves. But of course, it's impossible to, come up with the perfect set lists and cater to all the wishes from everybody in the audience. Overall, I think the set list was really great. As mentioned, it focused quite a lot on the Dark Fighter album. They did a few tracks also from Lightbringer, their very latest release. I was a bit surprised that they didn't play Mercy, which is, I think, the current single and is one of the more energetic tracks of this album. Overall, in comparison to when I saw Rival Sons back on their Great Western Valkyrie tour, in comparison to that, you really can hear that the band has developed the arrangements. The songwriting has become more complex. There are more subtleties, especially on the tracks from Dark Fighter and this one. But I still enjoyed their straightforward rock sound and was happy that they also included a few really old tracks. They closed the show with Mosaic, I think is the right pronunciation, which is the final track on this album. It is a song that Jay Buchanan repeatedly has mentioned is one of his most personal songs and a very important song for him. Also a song where he felt that he really grew as a lyricist and a songwriter. That was a fantastic choice to finish the show, I think. The glow, the shade, the dry rain, who doesn't want to live forever? Sleep, listen, learn and refute. You think you've heard it all till you hear the truth. The trial and the error of an outlived youth. You think you know yourself at all. In this mosaic, good laughter and tears. Oh, to fall, to rise, to rebuild, to realize the broken, pieces fit together. By the way the lies disappear, the broken fit together. By the way the lies disappear. And then they did one encore, which brought the house down quite a bit. Keep on Swinging. Unfortunately, they did not come back for maybe yet another encore. I'm not sure whether this really was a decision by the band or whether this was rather due to maybe the policy of the venue and the time schedule of the venue. Because I realized that the hall security was quite eager to drive the audience out of the hall rather quickly. So we had the feeling that for maybe there were some restrictions or some regulations that they had to close the place on time. Anyways, this was a fantastic show. This kind of classic rock can easily become a bit stale, or just going through the motions and just copying the 1970s. As mentioned, I think the Rival Sons do an outstanding job and really deserve to be recognized as one of the most energetic and interesting classic rock bands that are around at the moment. So go out and see them live. Thanks for watching this. I'll be back with more regular reviews rather soon, I guess, or buy 10 or 20 guitars just for fun. Thanks. Bye bye.